just wanted to let you all know that these poultices are just for fun. Please do not eat them. Thanks. Enjoy the tutorial. Oh, hi! Welcome to Penelope's Poultices. We specialize in poultices for every shape and size. There are potions to cure your headaches, and even better, poultices. We more specialize in poultices. Sorry about that mispronunciation, but our poultices are amazing, phenomenal, and all natural. So, today I'm going to show you how I get 2 of my most common used ingredients, and I'm going to show you one of my favorite poultices to cure headache. But before we get started, I'm just going to say I made these little flower pots myself, and they're 5 leaves a piece. I need leaves to wrap my poultices up. And if you would just buy one using 5 leaves, that would be delightful. So come on over. It's a great instrument and decorative thing for your home. Now let's get started. So before we make the poultice, first I'm going to show you my ingredients and how I use them. The ingredients are a walnut shell and an acorn top. And I bet you're thinking, geez, how can such common, ordinary things be used in poultices? That's like, bleh, I wouldn't want to eat that. Well, technically, it is a very good poultice ingredient. It's very good at soothing and calming you down, and it's got a great nutty flavor. See what I did there? Nutty, nutty. Anyway, let's get started. In order to properly prepare the shell and the cap, you must first crush them into bits. I have some pre-crushed walnut shells and acorn tops, but I'm going to show you what they look like. This is the acorn top, and this is the walnut shell. Pretty soon, they will just be a pile of all that and that. Take your rock, if you choose to come along and you have ingredients. Please take your rock and slam it like so onto the walnut shell. If all goes well, it should now have cut in 2. Do that. Alright, I think that's crushed enough, so now I will move this onto my pile of crushed walnut shells, and it is very hard to tell what walnut shell the walnut crushed shells came from once they have been crushed. And now let's do the exact same thing with the acorn top. Once again, we are going to raise our rock, but this time we're going to position it like so and bring it down. And again, and again, and again. And if it hasn't changed, take your second rock and right. I think that's good. Let's transport it to the acorn shell pile. All right. Once again, it is pretty hard for me to get ingredients. So if you are able to donate leaves, I will be able to make more poultices, which means more cured headaches and stomach aches and so. And they also make pretty good desserts, and they're healthy. Hang on a minute. Before we make the poultice, I seem to have run out of tying grass. Now, this is not a very serious problem. It just requires me to go ahead and pick some more pieces of grass, which I will do now. It is important that your tying grass is of tying grass standards. Like, this is not too thick, but it's also not like hair thin. And that's exactly what we're going for. This is the perfect tying grass. Now I'm going to see if I can pick another one exactly like that. This one is of tying grass standards, but it's a little bit thinner than the first, but it'll still do okay. All right, I'm going to make 2 poultices, and one is going to be for curing headaches, one is going to be for curing belly aches. Please do not try this at home, kids that are of 3 years and, well, maybe 5 years and younger, because I do not want any small fingers getting crushed by giant rocks. Thank you for listening for my warning. All right, up first is the headache cure. Take 1 leaf like so and place it flat on the ground, making sure there are no sharp objects beneath the leaf. That is very important, as you do not want to rip your leaf and have a nice hole in your leaf. You do not want a hole in your leaf. Next, for the headache cure, you take, there you are, 1 white flower petal like that and place it gently in that. Then you take another and place it again in the middle. Then you take 3 acorn top pieces and place them on top of the flower. Then you take 2 walnut shell pieces and place them on top of that. Finally, you take a pink flower petal piece. In future videos, I will show you how to make that, if there is any future videos, and lay it on top. And there you go. Now the only step left is to roll it up gently. Emphasize gently. Very gently. Bring it over. Choose a piece of tying grass, and presto, after you've tied it. To tie a poultice, lay the poultice in the middle of the grass and tie a simple X knot a number of times. At least 2. And that's the headache cure. I'll set that aside. It costs about 3 leaves to buy 1 poultice, 6 leaves to buy 2 poultices, and 9 leaves to buy 3. For the stomachache cure, we're going to take a much simpler version with only the flowers that are white. Those are the ones that are able to calm the brain down from rushing. But the stomach ache, the pink flowers are the ones that make the stomach slow down a bit, and they sort of slow it down from hurting. So we take 2 chopped up pink flower petals and lay them in the center. Once again, make sure you check that both of your leaves, if you are deciding to make these, make sure that your leaves have no holes at all in the center that could lead to spillage and eventually not the thing you were wanting for. Take 1 acorn shell piece and lay it down. Then take 1 very small walnut shell piece and lay it next to the acorn piece. That's the stomachache cure. It's very, very simple. Then you roll it up like so. Get your tying grass, place it. And tie the X knots. Place it next to your first poultice, and you're done. Thank you so much for watching, and just a fun fact, poultices are also called leaf wraps, and we also sell Nature's vacuums, which are very useful in cleaning up after you've crushed things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.